Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers, sisters and brothers, especially dear reciters, and more especially dear beginners of the recitation of the Holy Quran, and especially dear learners who are going to watch our program, especially because this program is designed and prepared for the people. They are going to start from the zeroest part of the recitation of the Holy Quran. We are going to start our lesson as always. As many of you may know about our program, we are live 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. We are live, and of course the repeat of this program would be next day 7 a.m. So every day 6 o'clock p.m. we are live from Ahlebait TV. And again, I welcome you, dear viewers, to the Furqan program. And inshallah, as we are going to teach the alphabet, the huruf, and of course, inshallah, today we will continue with the letters. We arrived yesterday until the letter Dal, and inshallah, we will continue with the letter Dal, Dal, Ra, Zai, Sin, and Shin, inshallah, if we have time. So before that, I will recite some verses of the Holy Quran. Of course, dear viewers, if you have any question, you can email to our program to the email address of Al Furqan, and also you can call to the program to the telephone number. Of course, I will want our colleague to write down the number of our program. You will see on your screens, inshallah. And I will start the recitation of Suratul, of course, some verses of the Suratul Naba, and it is ayah number 31 to the end of Surah. So the page number is 583, that is 583. The Quran is with me, is with the font of Uthman Taha, and of course ayah number 3, Suratul Naba, to the ayah number 40. Please accompany me and listen to the recitation of the Holy Quran. And if you have any question, inshallah, I will be at your service. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون من منه خطابا يوم يقوم الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا. ذلك اليوم الحق فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه مآبا. إنا أنذرناكم عذابا قريبا يوم ينظر المرء ما قدمت يداه ويقول الكافر إنا أنذرناكم عذابا قريبا يوم ينظر المرء ما قدمت يداه ويقول الكافر يا ليتني كنت ترابا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم الشريف. Dear viewers, the ayahs I recited was from Surah An-Naba, ayah number 31 to ayah number 40, inshallah. We will continue with the lesson of the huruf or the letters, inshallah. And today we will continue with the letter Dal, inshallah. I will write the letters for you in the whiteboard, and also from here I have to thank our dear colleagues. They really prepared these possibilities to write for you on the whiteboard, inshallah. So I want our colleague to show you the whiteboard, inshallah, so you will see the letters and the alphabet, especially because we studied until the letter Dal yesterday, and inshallah we will continue with the letter, starting with the letter Dal, and then Dal, Ra, and Zai, inshallah. As you see, dear viewers, so we have written here the letter Dal and the position of this letter, how to write this letter, and also letter Dal. And the only difference between letter Dal and Dal is just the dot we have used for the letter dal. And then we have the letter ra. You will see exactly how to write letter ra and then letter zai. The only difference between the letter ra and zai, of course, we say in the form, but of course they have differences in the pronunciation and the point of articulation. Inshallah, we will speak about this later on. So that is the dot. And also here we have the letter dal and letter dal in the second position or in the third position. Of course, in the second position when they are joined with the letter before it, and also letter ra and letter zai when we join it with the letter before it. So right now, as we have the baseline here, dear viewers, and I will start to show you how to write the letter dal. Letter dal is over the baseline, so always you have to use this angle, dear viewers. This angle is really important, and of course if you use the amud or the 90 degree or 90, this is the half of that amud, or could be 45 degree, and you have to use always this shape. So, and always you have to pay attention that for the letter dal we have two movements, from here and then to the base. We have to come to the base because we are out of base here, and we come to the base, and then from base we continue to finish the movement. So of course we don't use this part because it's just to show you that it is amud, and so we have this shape of letter dal. So the letter dal will help you also if it is like triangle. So I just put this part as the show you the triangle and the exactly the degree we use for this part. That is for the letter dal. Example of the letter dal, for example, we have the word that is really smaller than that one, the word dunya, the word dunya. So you have the letter dal here with the movement of the letter dal, and of course you have letter noon and letter ya. Of course you know about these two shapes because you studied in the letter ba, ta and tha, the same shapes they have in the first position or in the middle. So that is for the letter dal, dunya. And also another example we have for the letter dal. For example, we say that is letter dal. So you see this letter dal, and we have after dal alif. And another thing you have to know, dear viewers, that dal, for the letter after it, we don't have the joint between dal and the letter after it. Always dal will have, if we have the letter before it, we have joint like here, but we don't have dal joint with the letter after it. So we have the word dar. So this is totally another example. So we have to divide these two parts. So that is the letter dal. And always, dear viewers, you have to use this type in your mind, that it has half of the amud, half of the 90 degree, it is 45 degree, and that is alif, and then ra. Inshallah, we will study about ra. And you see the letter dal, just this part is in the baseline, and this part is out of the baseline. It is over the baseline. That's about letter dal and examples of dunya and dar. Of course, inshallah, we also explain about the pronunciation, but of course right now we are doing, dear viewers, just about the form of the letters. So you have to know about the form of the letters, and inshallah when we finish the form of the letters, inshallah we will continue with the examples and also with the pronunciation of the letters. Also we will find something about the pronunciation. For example, if you are Urdu speakers, if you are English speakers, we will give some examples in also your language. What do you say, and how do you pronounce the letter dal in your language, and what is the difference of the correct pronunciation in the recitation of the Holy Quran and the way you are pronouncing in your language or in English language. So it was about letter dal, two examples, and I want to write you another example for the letter dal, inshallah. So I want to clean these parts, and inshallah I will write you the examples for the letter dal. So as you see, dear viewers, the form of the letter dal is the same as letter dal. The only difference in the form, we have just the nuqta, or the dot we say, or the point we say for the letter. So we point here a dot, so that is for the letter dal. And examples, we use the baseline, dear viewers. That's your baseline. For example, usually we use in the recitation of the Holy Quran, that is the way of writing. So letter dal, and of course that is lam, and then we have letter kaf. And also we use like this to show that this is kaf, not lam. And also because this way of writing we have in the recitation of the Holy Quran, in Quran, dhalika is written like this. But of course we have to put alif, but this short alif, always if you don't have this, so it is dhalika, dhalika. But of course in Quran this is an alif, and it shows that straight alif, and it shows that a small alif, it shows that it is dhalika. So it has fatha, and it is dhalika, kasra and fatha. So in this case you have the letter dal. How to write letter dal? One movement and two movement, and the word is dhalika. So here we have the long vowel. Inshallah we will speak about long vowel, because we have fatha, and then after fatha we have alif. Here is alif, dear viewers. So we write as a short alif, but the history of this writing, inshallah we will speak about this later on, why we don't write alif, because it was like the word maliki as it's written maliki. So that is dhalika. So, and if you also want to write, you can write, dear viewers. Take the opportunity to write the examples. And of course there are many books and many manuals for these letters, but also accompany me with the writing of these letters. And another example, dear viewers, is one name. Also it could be dhakir or dhakira, and letter kaf also they have written like this, and that is for the kaf, that is dhakiru. So in this case, dear viewers, we have the letter dal, one movement, two movement. And always you have to consider, dear viewers, the baseline is where you have to stable the letter, that is the base of letter. That is the where the letter will join in this case. So that is dal, starting from here and then completing in this position, that is dhakiru. So it's another example for the letter dal. So you see how to write it, dear viewers. Don't forget, use the baseline to finish the letter dal, starting from this spot. It could be anyway, but you have to do musallas, that is shape of musallas. But the best way for you, dear viewers, I will do right now another thing for the letter dal and dal to help you how to design, how to draw as a musallas. Letter dal is like that. You have this and this. It is just left this part of musallas. And these two movements. That is for letter dal. Of course, we have also another way of writing. So also if you are going to improve in the reading, of course we have like this dal also. You're writing like this because it's just because the first step is difficult for the learners, for the especially reciters. So we always standard the writing of the letters with the form of shapes. Like for example, here we have مثلث, and also we have here the 45-degree in this case for letter dal and letter dal. Of course, if you have any questions, so you can make a call to the program. Maybe you will see the telephone number of our program, and inshallah I will be at your service. So we go to another letter, dear viewers, letter Ra and letter Zai. Of course, these two letters are with the same form, and the only difference of these two letters is the nuqta of letter Zai. And I will write you these two letters, inshallah. So that is the baseline. And always be considered, we have the letter Ra in this ways also, just this way. Also we have letter Ra, but usually we do 1/4 of letter Ba, as we had, like this letter Ba. We use this part. We use this part for the letter Ra. How? We put just here, because this is especially used when we join with the letter before it. This is used for the letter Ba, Ta, Tha. The same movement we use here as we used in this part, because we joined the letter before it to the letter Ra. We joined the letter before it to the letter Zai. This letter has two name. Also we can say Za, and also we can say Zai. Two letters, letter Ra and Zai, and the pronunciation of the letter Zai is in two ways. So that is for the letter Ra, and also I will write some examples. Here I will write some examples. For example, as we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So we do the first part and then this part, and then we do the Rahim as we spoke yesterday for the letter Ha, and then this is, that is for the Ya, and that is for Mim. So you can do Mim like this, and that is 2 dots of the letter Ya. So that is the movement of the letter Ra. Always you have to do 1, 2. That is the movement as we had here. 1, 2. And also here 1, 2. For the letter Ra, always you have to consider as the also مثلث, this part. Could be as مثلث for you. This part could be as مثلث for you. But you have to consider that it is like مثلث, like triangle, and you have this part as the 30-degree for this letter. That is for the letter Ra and letter Zai. So we have the example Rahim, and I will write you another example with the letter Ra. For example, we say another example, the first movement and then the second movement. So we say again with the same, this form of Ha, and also we have this form. And inshallah I will let you know about this type of Ta, inshallah, because it's also the type of Ta, and inshallah in the lesson of the Ha I will explain this. So that is Rahma or Rahmata. So that is the first movement, and that is the second movement for the letter Ra. That is Rahma. And now I'm going to write some examples for the letter Zai. So letter Zai also has to be with the same form, just I have to add one dot. That's for the letter Zai. And letter Zai, the only difference, as I mentioned before, with the letter Ra is just the dot we use for this letter. And of course it has different pronunciation. Inshallah, in the lesson of pronunciation we'll speak about this difference. Go again to the base line, and that is the first part of the letter Zai. We have Lam, and also you will learn something about the letter Ra or Zai. So Zala, we have this movement and then this movement. Also we have letter Zai in the middle. So right now you see in the middle how it's written in the middle, and also you have to come like this and this, as we have here. These two is the same. So we have the word of zalzala. Zal, sukun, zalata. So that is the word zalzalata. So you see the form of letter Zai. So the head of letter Ba, Ta, Tha, and then we have the 30 degree of the letter Zai as a muthallas or triangle. You can see the letter Zai, which can consider as a triangle. So we have here zalzala for the letter Zai. That is the form of Zai, and that is the example of zalzala. I will write you another example, inshallah, and then I will also write some example in the middle of the words. So we have again the head, and then the spot. We have nuqta, and then we have alif, and then we have, for example, noon. When we have noon, and then we join it to ya. Inshallah, you will learn something about how to write letter ya. So this is the form of writing letter Zai, starting from this spot and then ending from this spot. That is Za, Uzai, and the word is Zani. So we have the Fatha, that is long vowel, and Kasra, Zani or Zaniya. So that's the example for the letter Zai at the beginning. Right now I'm going to write examples for the letter Dal, Dal, Ra, Zai in the middle of the words. Of course, in the middle, dear viewers, you will find this type of forms: Dal, Dal, Ra, and Zai. One thing that's really important you have to know for this group of letter Dal, Dal, Ra, Zai, dear viewers, these type of letters, they don't join or they don't connect to the letter after it. So we can't have any words in the Arabic language or in Quran joining Ra with another letter. We don't join Ra or Dal or Dal with any other letter. So because of the position of the form and position of the letter Ra, it doesn't join with any letter after it. Of course, this letter joins with the letter before it with some letters. For example, with Sin, Sad, like that, it joins, but not joins with the letter before it, like Alif, Waw, Dal, Dal, this form. And after it, at all. So we can't join here some letters like this, za. It is not possible because letter ra ends where exactly? It ends exactly under the baseline. It is not in the baseline, and because of that we have to show this separate from the other letters. So example of this letter, when it is in the middle of the letters, for the letter dal, zal, also I will write here. That is the form of two type of letters, dal and dal, ra and zai. And then here, 1, 2, 3. Dear viewers, this is the form of, joint of letter ra and zai, and also for dal and dal. For example, when we say the word of mad, when we are writing the word of mad, that is the letter mim, and then we join here right now, that is the word mad. So in this case, the joint is this spot. So 1, 2, and 3. That is the word mad. So in this case, we have letter dal joined with the letter before it. Letter dal joined with the letter before it. That is mad, mad. So mim joined with the letter dal. And also for the letter dal, we have another word and another example, and I will write it to you. The example of the letter dal, when we have the word kadhalika, so we will write like this, kaf, and then dal. This shows that this is kaf, not lam. So kadhalika, also short alif, that is lam, and then kaf, always to show that this is kaf. So that is the part of kadhalika, dear viewers. So the joint part is this part. So we say kadhalika. So this position, we show the letter dal, kadhalika, kadhalika, in the middle. If you want to write, so you can write these words and these examples, and of course you have to use like these arrows to memorize how to write the letter dal, dal, ra, and zai, and also in 3 position. And as I mentioned, dear viewers, in the middle, of course, the letter zai or letter dal joins with the letter before it, but it doesn't join with the letter after it. We don't have in this case. And for the letter zai, also some examples. As I have written for the letter ra and zai, and I want to write something new. You see here, dear viewers, that is for the letter ra, the waw, and then we have mim in this type, that is marhum. Marhumo. So in this case, dear viewers, the joint is this part. The joint is this part. So we have 1 movement, and then 2, and then 3. Marhum. That is the joint. Exactly this part as this part. Marhum. This part as this part. So that is the joint of letter Ra. And I will write another example for letter Zai. So for the letter Zai, we have this example. Okay. I think we have a caller. Let's see who is. I think maybe he or she has some questions. So we'll answer the caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Sayyid Jalal.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Your name and your age?
I'm Mustafa Al-Ali and I'm 16 years old.
MashaAllah, Mustafa Al-Ali. Because when you called during the holy month of Ramadan, you had 15 years, yes?
Yeah.
And mashallah, also we have very good news and because of you, because you've got the first position in the musabaqa and the competition. It was just last week. Thank you for your call, and again I congratulate you on your success in this competition. Do you have any question, brother Mustafa Al-Ali, or you want to recite?
I want to recite and I have a question as well.
Okay, what's your question at first, and then if you want to recite, just you have about 5 minutes.
For example, in Surah Al-Qalam, we start in Noon wal-Qalam. But when we continue with the Noon, do you have to do the Idgham or not?
Ahsant, very good question for the... that is really good question for the muqatta, huruf muqatta, when we have also Yasin wal-Qur'an al-Hakim and also Noon wal-Qalami wa ma yasturun. Ahsan, good question. The majority of reciters, of course, in the hukum of Noon Sakina, because when we say Noon, that is Noon Sakina, and then after Noon we have Waw. So you have to do, generally you have to do the hukum idgham, but the majority of reciters, as I listened, they didn't do the idgham, and they did as izhar. They finished with the noon and then it started with the wow. So you have to say noon wal qalami like this. And also in the rule of the ahkam noon sakina, it is permitted to say noon wal qalami, because we have two wow. We have two wow in the rule of the idgham. It's not possible for the speech system. So because of that, the majority of reciters, they did izhar. So it is recommended to do izhar because of wow before noon sakina. Of course, this idgham would be idgham ma'al ghunna, but it's not possible for the speech system, and the majority of reciters, they did izhar. So it is permitted for you to do izhar, and I didn't hear for idgham, none of the reciters to do idgham. But in the rule of idgham, that is correct, brother Mustafa Al-Ali. But because it is huruf muqatta'a has its special rule. Good?
Yeah, okay.
So which part of Quran do you want to recite?
Inshallah, from Surah Al-Fatah, page 514, ayah 27.
Ayah 27, Surah Al-Fath. Our brother Mustafa Al-Ali is going to recite. You have about 4 to 5 minutes, brother Mustafa Al-Ali. Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا رحمن يا رحيم.
لقد صدق الله رسوله الرؤيا بالحق لتدخلن المسجد الحرام إن شاء الله آمنين محلقين رؤوسكم والذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا محمد رسول الله
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
الذين معه أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم
Brother Mustafa Al-Ali.
سجدا ابتغوا لم من الله
الله الله الله الله.
فيما هم في وجوههم
Ahsan, Brother Mustafa Al-Ali. We missed your voice sometimes. Hello? Okay, thank you very much, Brother Mustafa Al-Ali, for the very nice recitation of the Holy Quran, and also again I congratulate you on the success you had on the competition recently. And brothers and sisters, inshallah, we'll see you on Friday, because tomorrow we don't have live programs, so you can watch the repeat of this program, and inshallah we'll see you on Friday, and inshallah we'll continue with the lesson. Thank you very much. Dua for us, and Khuda Hafiz.